If you are coming off the highway, once you hit Market Street, you're going to look to make a left to get to OTE. Once you make that left, you may not see it automatically, but there's an opening before you reach the houses. That opening is how you enter the VIP and potentially employee parking lot. If you are working on an event day and you are working this position, understand that it is your responsibility to make sure that nobody that is not on the VIP list enters this parking lot. That includes OTE as well as Titan staff. They are to be redirected to P1. This is a fire lane that's used in case of emergencies or for high profile guests. If they are not on that list, please contact OTE security staff if you are unsure before letting them in. Now we're headed to the lobby. The lobby is very important. The lobby should never remain empty. You are work hand in hand with the receptionist to make sure that all guests get checked in and that nobody goes through the doors without credentials. This is where the Titan security office will be, and that's where we will store our radios, there's security footage in there, as well as any important emergency information. Now, when they come in, they are to check in at this iPad. The iPad is where they're going to put in their information, take a picture of themselves, as well as enter the person that they are planning to visit. Once they enter that person, the person will be notified and they are to come downstairs to meet that person at the lobby before we let. We want to not only make sure they are selecting the correct person, but we want to make sure that they get a wristband after they check in. Wristband colors should change daily, and we should also let the receptionist know what wristband color we are using for that day so that we are all on the same page and nobody gets in with a wristband used from the previous day. At the front desk, there is a binder marked Titan. Please do not hesitate to reference that binder as it has pictures of every single player, coach, and staff that belongs in that building. If you are ever unsure, don't hesitate to look through that folder as you get to know the people that belong in that building. Now we're going to head over to the practice court. As you can see, you need a key card to be able to get into that room. Once you are in there, you will see the kids practicing. Understand that only the night shift has to worry about getting people out of the gym. On the weekdays, they are allowed to be in the gym up until 10 p.m. On the weekends, it is 11 p.m. You don't have to worry about kicking everybody out or anything. Once that time comes, you're going to head over to the third floor and cut the lights off. This way, they know it's time for them to head out. One thing that you want to be certain to check for is any leaks. Any leaking on any of the gyms, whether it's practice or the main gym, needs to be reported as soon as possible. You'll notice as you patrol that it's just one large circle. This is the delivery gate. We want to make sure that this remains closed. And here will be our first scan. We want to make sure that we are scanning the door to confirm that it is locked. This is a badge entry door. Without a badge, you are not able to get in, but we want to make sure that it's not propped open and that the lock is working properly. These are the student locker rooms. We are making sure that we never go in here. Once you get past the elevator on your left hand side, there is a room that requires a key card. In that room is where you will find offices as well as classrooms. You are to walk through this hallway, pay attention to anything that may look unusual, but there's no need to check or lock any of these doors. At the end of this hallway, you will find another door which leads to the rear parking lot. Sometimes students as well as staff will enter through this as a shortcut. We want to make sure this door stays locked and there's nothing propping it open. We'll scan the QR code and confirm that the doors are locked. Right next to this exit, you will find three. Once you go through that door, you will see another exit door that we want to confirm is locked. There's a QR code at that door as well. You are to scan that QR code and report any suspicious activities or concerns. Through this door, you will find another room, which is the production room. Throughout the day, the production room door may be open, but if you are an overnight guard, you want to make sure that it is closed. You also want to back to your left hand side, you will see a weight and practice court, but we're going to keep walking straight. On your left hand side, you will see that barber shop. If this door is open, you want to put it closed, but it does not have to be locked. There is nothing inside that is actually valuable that we have to be concerned about, especially when it's not in use. On the right hand side, you will find another room. That is their film room. They will also use that room for meetings. There's a key card that is needed to open this room as well. Again, if this door is open, you want to make sure that it is locked. This room is very important. This is their hydro room. They use this for training. This has to always be locked. Even our key card does not open this door. There will be a QR code placed at this hydro room so we can confirm that this door is locked and there is no concerns. The next area on the right-hand side is where they would have meals prepped for the student athletes as well as staff. This room is completely off limits to all Titans. If you're caught in this room, you will no longer be able to attend any events or patrol shifts at this site. You walk down the hallway and turn to your right. There will be three doors. The QR code that is in this corner will cover all three doors. The first door that's coming up on the right-hand side is the kitchen. You want to make sure that it's locked. The door is straight ahead. Go to outside. Again, you want to make sure that those doors are locked. But the door that is on the left hand side when you're walking towards this corner is for the cleaners. That door can be open. They will be in and out of the building throughout the day. So you don't have to concern yourself with this door right here. This is the weight room. If you are working at OTE event, 9 times out of 10, this is where we will be meeting for pre-shift. If you are on patrol, this room should be locked at all times and there will be a QR code for you to scan. As you go throughout the rest of the weight room, there are a few rooms that you want to make sure to check. On the right hand side, you will find the medical room. It is imperative that this room is locked at all times. Next to that, you will find the electric and mechanical room. These are two other doors that we have to make sure are locked, and that was the massage room. That was an appointment only room for the students. Again, there will be a QR code in this corner that will cover all of these doors. This is where you would go to find the VIP entrance. This is again the space that they use for high profile guests. This is the same fire lane that I showed earlier in this training video. We want to make sure that this door stays locked, and we also want to make sure there are no people lingering around this door, potentially waiting for guests to come in. There will often be players as well as physicians in the weight room. If there is ever a time that you walk into the weight room and the medical door that I showed earlier is open, be mindful that that may mean a physician is there as well. If you walk down and see those double doors on your right hand side and those two doors are open, that means a physician is present. You want to double check to confirm that there is one present. And if there is, that means those doors can stay open. If not, those doors need to be closed. This room again is the one that I showed earlier. This is to be locked at all times. It is imperative, and there will be a QR code here for you to scan to confirm that this door is indeed locked. Walking through this side door is an easy way to get back to the practice court that we showed earlier. And as you can see, it's just one big circle, as I mentioned earlier. Now we're going to head over to the elevator and make our way up to the second floor. Now, as soon as you step out the second floor elevator, on the left-hand side is a door that will lead you back to the second level of the practice court side. Straight ahead are the bathrooms, and on the right-hand side is a fire alarm panel. Don't be alarmed if your key does not open this door. However, I do need you guys to watch the video that follows so you understand the procedures when it comes to going inside this room.
Where it's beeping, you hit acknowledge, L2 storage, so that's level 2 storage. 231, you gotta know the room numbers.
Yeah.
I know them for the most part. That's 231. It gives you a description and then the room number, and that tells you the exact device that's going on.
Now the area we'll be coming up on next is called P1. It is called P1 because this is the parking level that you will be on if you are working in events. There are two sides to P1, the east side and the west side. This that we're looking at is the east side. This is the entrance that all general admission will be coming through on event days. Here you can see a QR code. This QR code should cover not only these doors, but the fire panel room doors as well. Now, P1 is often a place where we will meet before we head over to do pre-shift because this is where you guys will be entering the stadium if you are working an event. Now we're going to head over to the west side of P1. Now this side is where VIP will come through if there is an event going on. This is also a secondary position for our patrol guards. If you are doing patrol and there's somebody in the reception position, you do not have to stay in the lobby. You can stay in this area. This is also a badge entry door. So if there are employees coming into the building, they can use their badge to enter this door as they please. Now, both sides on P1, it is important that those doors remain closed because not only is it close to the court, but this room is a production room and a lot of things go on in this room. There's a lot of equipment and we want to make sure that no one that is not authorized gets to this area. This door is often open throughout the day, but if we are having an overnight guard, the overnight guard can make sure that door is closed. As we continue to walk straight, you will see another door on your right-hand side that is a second production room. The QR code, which was at the west side of P1, will cover that door as well as the two production doors. As we continue to walk straight, we'll reach the back side of the arena. On the right-hand side is the storage room. If the door is open, you just want to pull it closed. And use that as a rule of thumb. If there's a room that doesn't necessarily need to be locked, but the door seems to be open, just pull it closed. Unless you're walking through offices. Office doors you do not have to be concerned with. We'll speed this up a little here as this door does need a key card to access and you will have that key card. And through this door, you will find offices. Again, you don't have to concern yourself with the office area. Walk through, be polite, say hi. And as you get to the end of this hallway, on the left-hand side, you will find the mail room. This is where all the packages go. We don't have to touch any packages. We just want you to know where they will be in case somebody asks. Right outside of this door, we will find a door on your right-hand side that leads to a stairwell. All stairwell doors have key card access from the outside, and there's a QR code to confirm that this door is locked. Any door that is a stairwell or leading to the parking lot should not be propped open. It is an exit for everyone, but an entrance only for a person with a badge. And because it's one large circle, as you walk through the next doors, we will end up back on the practice court side. We walk straight down and we will hit that black door in front of us. That door is a way to get back to the parking deck, to P1 that we mentioned earlier. There is a QR code for you to scan because, again, no one can enter this door without a badge. You can exit through this door, but you cannot enter through this door without badge or credentials. As you are walking through your tour, you want to make sure, again, to check for any leaks. The black piping that is up here is what you want to look at. If there is any leaks throughout the court, practice court, or the main side, you want to let someone know immediately. We're going to continue to walk straight down and then make a left. And then we get back to this door, which will bring us all the way back to the beginning because, again, it is one large circle. We're going to hit that elevator and then we're going to end up on the third floor. Now, as you come out the third floor elevator and you make a quick left, there will be a short hallway with a door on the right hand side. That door leads you back over to the practice side of the third floor. Here are the practice courts, but we will patrol that shortly. First, we're going to go back to the front of the elevator and start on the right hand side. As you walk, there is a storage room on your right hand side. You want to check to make sure that that room stays locked at all times. There are two doors ahead of us that are extremely important. These doors lead out to 17th Street. There's a QR code on the left-hand side that you will scan to confirm that these doors are locked. They must be locked at all times, but keep in mind that there is badge entry at this door, so if employees are coming in, they can come in through this entrance. Just like downstairs at P1, there is an east side and a west side to these doors. Concession stand food should not be touched at any time. That was the east side that we just showed, and this is the west side, which also has a QR code for you to scan and confirm that these doors are locked. It is imperative that these doors stay locked. The next room that is coming up on your right hand side is marked mechanical. This is also used as a storage room for the shop that is on the third floor. You want to make sure that this room is locked at all times. So when you're on your patrol, you don't necessarily have to open the door, but check the lock, pull it, make sure it does not open, and you're good to go. On the left hand side is a shop. Same thing, you want to just make sure that this door does not open. Any persons that need to access this room will have the proper key card. When you are doing your patrol, there wouldn't be a need to go inside. You just want to make sure the door is indeed locked. And as you are on your patrol, you want to make sure you're paying attention to anything that is outside of your baseline. As you patrol this area more frequently, you will get to know what is normal. If anything seems out of the norm, please make sure you are reporting it. This door ahead is the electrical room door. Right now, this does not have a lock on it, so you don't have to worry about that part, but you just want to make sure that the door is closed when you are doing your patrol. The area that's coming up on your left-hand side is a VIP area. This will be used during events. And as we walk down a little further, you will find the Founder's Suite. The doors to the suite will not be locked, and it will be used during events for the founders, of course. Now, as you get to this area, you can make a left and go back to the practice court side of the third floor, or you can go right. The right hand side will bring you back to the operations office. This is where you can find Brandon and Jason, the heads of security, as well as other people who are working in the building. As I mentioned on the other floors, you do not have to be concerned with any of these doors. There will most likely be people in this area, walk through, say hi, but you do not have to worry about locking any of these doors. As you walk straight ahead, you're going to find yourself back at the practice court side. And I mentioned on the first and second floor, you want to make sure you're looking out for any leaks, any unusual activities, any doors that may be ajar. As we walk down this corridor, we will see on the right hand side there is a power switch. We do not ever have to worry about switching those on or off. And as you continue to walk straight down, you will come to another door that leads out to 17th Street. There is a QR code there for you to scan to confirm that the door is indeed locked. This switch, however, is important for the overnight guard. If you are on patrol overnight, you will use that switch to turn off the lights on the practice court. This lets the players know that it is time to head out. If you are not working overnight, you do never have to worry about switching that on or off. And as we continue to walk straight down, we will find ourselves back at the elevator that we started at. Just one big circle. Before this video comes to an end, I do want to also mention that as a patrol guard or OTE, your duties may change based on if you are working during an event or not. Sometimes you will be working at P1 handing out credentials, and other times you may be working in the lobby along with the receptionist, checking in VIP guests, making sure that no weapons or prohibited items come into the venue. You want to be flexible and you want to know what's going on the day that you are working. The lobby is never to be empty. The front desk is where you can find all that I mentioned earlier, from wristbands. There's a binder that has pictures of all the staff and players. You want to review that so you can be familiar with who comes in and out of the building. There's also a iPad there that you can use, especially the overnight guards that you can use, which has all the surveillance cameras on it. So as you're doing your patrols, you can lock the front door, but you also can see what's going on around you. There's also an app called Viber on that iPad. You want to use Viber as an open line of communication between the patrol guard and Titan management, myself, David, Angela, and OTE security personnel. After you have finished your patrol, you want to make sure you are getting in Viber and giving us consistent updates on what your findings may have been, even if it's just to say all clear. That was a glimpse at the security room for Titans, and here is the wristband box. It is the morning guard's responsibility to choose a color and let all the guards know what color wristbands we are using for the day. Now, really quickly, I'm going to show you guys the outside areas that need to be patrolled. This hallway was one I showed earlier. That is the one that has a kitchen as well as a cleaning room. Through those double doors, you will find a parking lot. This is also a storage place for OTE. You want to go back here. We will have a QR code on this bar right here for you to scan, but you want to walk around and make sure that the cars in the back, that there's no vandalism, no trespassing. We actually did have someone get their car broken into in the parking lot, so you want to make sure that none of that is happening. And make sure that when you're coming out of these doors, you do have your key card, because you will not be able to get back into the venue without it. That was the back area. We want to make sure we're also patrolling this front area. There will be a QR code there for you guys to scan to confirm that you have come out here. And again, we have had somebody's car broken into already, so we want to make sure that we're being vigilant out here, to making sure that there is no trespassing, making sure that no cars are broken into, and if it is, we want to make sure we're reporting that as soon as possible. If you are working the overnight shift, it is getting dark early, so you want to make sure you have a flashlight with you as you come back here. There will be a QR code on this pole back there for you to scan to confirm that all is clear. And last but not least, this is a tool that we use to lock and unlock that door, the front door on the Market Street entrance. The only time this door should ever be locked is during an overnight guard shift when they are going on patrol, if they have the iPad with them that has the camera system on it. This is how you lock it. Pretty simple. And this is how you open it. Push it in, turn the key, and now it's back open. That is the only time. This door should never be locked any other time. You guys, I hope this was really helpful, and get ready to take your test.